his divorce from his wife, and with it, a mega $120 million contract with the Miami Heat to boot. The respected NBA coach is set to continue his work after committing his future to the team, following months of speculations about his future. Spoelstra, who has been in charge of the Heat since 2008, is a two-time NBA champion and widely recognized as one of the best to grace the game, so such figures won't come as a surprise. He stands to earn the highest amount of any coach in terms of committed money in the NBA's history, with the 8-year deal which ties him to the Heat until 2032. The timing of announcement, a matter of weeks after his divorce was finalized, is surely no coincidence. While details of the settlement has not been made public, it remains to be seen whether Spoelstra's ex-wife will have any right to claim in earnings from his new mega contract.
It's a shame that men have to resort to such tactics and schemes to make sure they don't get screwed over by the legal system. Yet women are the one who keep on saying that they are the victims when it could not be further from the truth. Sure, there are some real bad men out there, which everyone acknowledges, but there are a lot more shit women than men who like to live in their own deluded fantasy, as shown in this clip here.
So are your kids by the same man?
They are not, no.
How many men?
3.
3. Have you ever been married?
I have not. I've been proposed to 3 times, but I have not been married.
What kind of man are you looking for?
Tall, 6'4" or taller. Someone who's honest, of course. So I don't want any liars. I would prefer 100,000 or more for him to make.
Why would a guy be lucky to be with you, Jasmine?
Well, first of all, look at me.
What would you say to the people that are going to be watching? You know, you have a 6'4", request. If not 6'4", 6 feet, makes at least 100K. Some people will say that would be a delusional request for you of a mom with 3 by 3 men. What would you say to that?
I would say check my track record. I mean,
Yeah, just look at her. She is way past her prime, absolutely ran through and dragged through the mud by Chads, has commitment issues, and most importantly, she isn't trustworthy. Sounds to me the perfect candidate any man would want to avoid their whole life.
Noticed like one key distinct difference between men and women, which is why like men don't stress so much when it comes to dating. Every dude I talk to from LA at least, or like even my New York friends, Miami friends, all of them think that the dating scene is surplus in the sense that if they want a girl, they can get that girl. That's like how their brain operates. I want her, I got her, I'm gonna go for her. And if they don't get her, they move on to the next one. As a woman, because we know that there is trash out there, like let's call it what it is, there's trash out there, but then because of that we fixate on this idea of like I need to find a good one. There's not a lot of good ones. Like that's just giving away your power. Like pull your power back in. Understand that there are so many people in the world. Just because you have a jaded experience, maybe in 1 or 2 guys or whatever the situation may be, there are plenty of good than that. No matter how many trash stories I hear or trash guys, I always think to myself, I'm like, I'm a amazing woman. I know what level I'm at. I know what standards and boundaries I have. I'm going to get the best guy that is possibly meant for me. For me, it's like there is no option but to attract an amazing dude. Like that's just, there's no other option. So when I was single and like dating, going out, never once stressed, am I going to get a good guy? No, didn't even cross my mind. The more that we hold our power and like we don't stress about trash men or whatever, and you just kind of like know that you're amazing, you know your standards, you know your boundaries, you know your self-worth, you have self-respect. The more that you step into like that energy, I promise you, the guys in your reality, like they're gonna have no choice but to adhere to that, and they will naturally come to you versus you seeking it out and being disappointed by the expectations. Thinking like a man does in dating. The same way that they know that there's surplus, there's options, that's what we need to believe as well, because there are.
There are trash men out there, but the number of women who are just as trash material, or even worse, is greater than men. And it's only increasing with each passing day. Because women like you or like her are failing to understand that men have stopped playing your games, and if you don't treat them with the respect they deserve, then no one can stop you from becoming a cat lady.
Mm-hmm. Boy Matt, let's go. Boy Matt is being scared that women are gonna use you for money that you don't have. Boy Matt. Boy Matt is wanting a girl with 0 body count while he slept with the whole town. Boy Matt is calling women emotional while you cry and get into fights when your football team lost a game. And who exactly starts wars again? I thought so. Boy Matt. Boy Matt is wanting a housewife but having no house. Boy Matt is overreactingly saying that he's gonna delete social media just because you asked him not to like other girls' bikini pics. Boy Matt is when you want polygamy but you have no poly money. Boy Matt is chasing a girl that dresses like a baddie, then tries to change the way she dresses once you get her. Does that make sense to you? No, it doesn't. Boy Matt. Boy Matt is wanting women to call you daddy but expect us to be your mommy. Boy Matt is calling your exes psycho, thinking we don't know that you are the ones that made them that way. Cause tell me, how can all of us girls be psycho for no reason? Boy Matt is wanting commitment without committing. Boy Matt is wanting a woman with a perfect hourglass shape when you need to be more worried about that hairline boo-boo. And Boy Matt is thinking high value women are in their league. Stay in your league, son. Go disappoint another girl. Okay, baby girlies, that was fun. I love you always. Bye.
The load of rubbish that just came out of her mouth is not even worth reacting, because she is set in her ways, and there is nothing on the face of this earth that can change her beliefs. Not even other women who have the experience of this world.
Becoming a sprinkle girly has completely changed how I engage with men. Ever since learning about sprinkle and growing deeper into it, I've just been so excited to apply it in my dating life. But unfortunately, in the last month since becoming a sprinkle girly, I haven't really found any guy worthy of dating me or going on even dates with me. So I haven't really gotten a chance to fully apply it just yet. But then I noticed today that I actually have been applying sprinkle even with guys like I'm not dating. I'm with this guy today and I had to call an Uber because he didn't have Uber on his phone. And I was so worried because I was like, oh my God, this ride is 50 euros. I don't want to end up paying for it. Because of sprinkle, I am now a lot more confident and comfortable with asking men for money. And I asked them at the end of the ride, I was like, sir, are you gonna reimburse me for that ride? Yeah, absolutely. And then like, by the time I got out the car, he handed me the 50 euros and I was like, in my head, I was like, thank you. And I didn't even say thank you out loud because like, why? Of course you should pay for us to get from point A to point B, duh. It's the end of the night and I want to go home. And the Uber is going to be another 50 euros. I turn to his friend and I go, can you call an Uber for me? And he does, and he calls me the Uber and I don't spend any money. And I think the old version of me would have just called my own Uber. The new version is like, no, these men requested my presence out here. They brought me to this location. Like, they need to make sure I get home. They need to make sure I get from point A to point B to point C. And point C is home. Earlier that day, I had also had dinner with guy number 1 as well. And just the thought of even like paying or contributing, because you know, we weren't actually on a date, like didn't even cross my mind because I'm like, no, I'm a woman. Like, why would I do that? And I just love that for myself. I love that how I engage with men has just like really shifted and changed. And it's saving me a lot of money.
She's broke.